You see, yesterday we had a two-day workshop on human trafficking, and that was supported by Asia Foundation and USAID. As of course we anticipated the issues that are now occurring with drug trafficking in Fiji. I think a few years ago, I remember we were at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we were just saying there's not enough that government is doing to prevent what is coming, and now it's here. So of course, for its role, we want to protect people. So we are working with Asia Foundation, and they're here too, Asia Foundation and the USAID on the issue of human trafficking, because what research has shown, and of course our anecdotal evidence from our members who work in communities through our district councils of social services, that when there is a drug trafficking issue, there's always human trafficking involved as well. So we're preparing ourselves as a network to deal with that problem. And when we did have our workshop yesterday, we heard stories from our 18 district councils of social services. One didn't make it from the West, but of the 18, there were some alarming stories about families and children, the issue of human trafficking. We know that currently we don't have the systems to adequately cover all of that. We're concerned. We're not panicking. We're concerned. So we are doing what is in our power to do, which is to prepare communities to deal with the issues of human trafficking, how to report on that, how to talk to families and parents about that. There were some groups that came from different divisions that felt this was an issue of parental negligence, which points to the issue of the lack of knowledge on how to parent. There's been so many things that families are bombarded with, and you would have heard from Mr. Khan, who is the former executive director of FCOS, about the need to invest in families. And what we're seeing is the manifestation of the lack of support for family units. We are training women, we're training youth, we're training children in silos. And we heard from the chair of the Human Development Committee, or the thematic working group, about recognizing that we don't live in silos in societies. We need to recognize there are institutions that we must invest in to be able to cope with the social problems we are facing. In 2021, FCOS called for an inquiry into the police because of the gang wars that were happening in Namibia. There were signs that institutions that are supposed to protect are not doing their job or are involved in these things. We hope that that's prioritized urgently, because we have to be able to look at an institution like the Fiji Police Force and other government ministries and say they will protect us. They will uphold their duty. The signs from communities are that these people will not. They do not trust government institutions. So there needs to be some effort on this. But there needs to be much more attention given to families. In the government budget, in development cooperation, we're not prioritizing families, because families are the unit that are supposed to protect children, are supposed to ensure that women are protected from violence. Government needs to urgently address this. So for us, our communities now have tools after being trained for 2 days by Asia Foundation, and that was supported by USAID, so that they are countering or preventing trafficking in persons. Drug trafficking, that's being dealt with by the police. We're doing what we can to support. We're trying to prevent the human cost of that, which is also protecting our children and women from trafficking.